powerful way we can access or begin to access the divine is through gratitude. Gratitude is a very powerful practice. It's powerful because it strips away all our arguments with the way life should be. When we're grateful for something, we can't be grateful and hold anything in reserve. We can't say, I'm grateful for what happened, but the other person was really wrong. You can't, it doesn't work that way. Gratitude works if it's wholehearted. And we can start off with easy things. We can start off with being grateful that it's a sunny, clear, beautiful fall day outside. Or we can find our way to be grateful for even things that have been difficult in our lives, which is also very transformative, because we take away all our objections about it, all our yes buts about it. We take away our argument with life. We actually come into alignment with life because we're no longer opposing it. Not only not opposing it, but actually being grateful for having had that experience. One of the things that I find quite remarkable is that when you ask someone what was, one of the most transformative experiences, periods of your life, they'll often talk about things that were very difficult that they may not want to do again, but they'll also admit that that was one of the most transformative times of their life, where their perspective about life shifted significantly. So I find that quite curious, that the times in our life that are most transformative are the exact experiences that we do our best to avoid. But when we look back at those experiences, are we willing to be grateful for them, for having had that experience, as difficult as it may be? We can practice on the small things. We can practice on, having a wonderful meal. Practice at having friends and relatives. And we can also practice being grateful for more challenging periods of our life. And the way to practice this fully in the most effective way is not just to say it in the privacy of our own mind, because the universe really has trouble following it when it's only happening in our heads. There's so many other things happening there. The universe has a hard time sorting out what we really mean and what we don't really mean. So I'd suggest that you either write it down with intention or say it out loud with sincerity. Those two things, either of those two things have power. The other element of that is consistency. Not just, being grateful when times are tough and you need some help, but to do it really as a daily practice. Maybe when you first get up in the morning, or when you're having your morning cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Just write down 3 or 4 things that you're grateful for in that moment. They don't have to be big things, but it helps us just to get into the mindset that there are things in our life, experiences that we can be grateful for, unreservedly. And then maybe we can work our way up to being grateful for the more challenging things that are happening. We can be grateful in the sense that this person who has caused me great difficulty actually also caused me to grow, to gain some maturity, to gain some compassion. And so we can be grateful. We can be grateful for these challenging things as well. So this gratitude as a practice, as a reminder, is a way of coming into alignment with life itself. Because we're not arguing with life. When we take exception to life, we're putting ourselves in a position of me against life, me against the whole of existence, me against the universe, Joe against the volcano. It's really our argument with what is. When we are willing to drop that argument, we come into alignment with life. And there can be a sense of gratitude about that. The gratitude for the lessons that life has offered us to learn. Without the lessons, there'd be very little motivation for change. Without any challenges, there'd be very little reason really to grow in our understanding or maturity. So we can be grateful for the good things and the difficult things, both. And this is a very powerful practice to come into alignment with life, which is really what this spiritual path is, to come in, to not feel separate from life, to feel at one with life in this world, in this body, with all its imperfections as is. And that has power. And gratitude can play a big part in taking us further down that road towards a sense of oneness with life itself. Thank you.